Hey, Pete Gustus here with Philly Metro CRE.com and the Philly Metro Commercial Real Estate YouTube channel. This is my first video for my new YouTube channel and website. Even though it's not an introduction, I just happen to help a lot of clients out with commercial real estate and multi-unit investments. And one of them called me the other day, so I said, well, I'm getting ready to make the channel, and this is going to be the first video. So if you own multi-unit properties in Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area, this pertains to you. It actually is valuable information from anybody, but in particularly, this is the area where I focus. There are rules and regulations that are different in different areas, by the way. I'll explain some of those. But the renter moratorium currently extends to March 31st, 2021. It's expected that they're going to continue it again because Joe Biden has a $1.5 billion stimulus package that they're planning. If you were in a small window where you were allowed to evict tenants, because there was a small window, you may have been one of these people, like the video I'm about to show you, where they did properly evict a tenant. So this is for people who have large multi-units, single-family homes, or multi-units. We're going to explain the challenges of evicting tenants and what to do. Also, I'm going to make other videos on how to properly screen tenants and how to evaluate multi-unit properties. So you want to like and subscribe this video, comment if you have any challenges, because this information is for you. First of all, I wanted to mention also, I don't manage this particular property. It's just somebody, because I've been in real estate for 14 years, reached out to me a couple times. They have asked for help, asked for advice. They want to know what the current regulations were. And then, of course, they went through the eviction process to get out a tenant that was not paying, unfortunately, and they were not able to get them out. So with this renter's moratorium, the window is passed. And this person did file, like I said, they basically let a bad tenant in. Now, I understand people can go through problems, but there's a difference between a tenant that has problems and a bad tenant. Some people just heard news from what I was told by other landlords and property owners, you can't evict us, so they decide not to pay rent, even though they have a job, or they're getting funds, or they're getting unemployment, which might sometimes be more than their actual pay. So they're making money, but they're saying, well, since you can't evict me, I'm just not going to pay. There's a difference between a bad tenant and somebody who's just going through problems. Some people find excuses not to pay and try to game the system. So let's look at this property. You can see what this tenant did to it. And then I'm going to explain what you can do to basically help yourself out in this situation. Start the video.
So over this way. Here basically we got and you can see the tenant damage. This is what happens sometimes when you have bad tenants that are getting evicted. So okay, all right, the door's broke. But as you can see, the tenant, obviously you're looking at rentals that aren't the best, but when you're looking at subprime type tenants, they just destroyed the place because they got evicted. They actually, and it may not have been too much nicer. The steps had treads, everything's ripped up. They had a dog in here, may not have been able to have pets. You can see this window. So that's actually smashed. This is not my rental, by the way. I'm just doing this to explain to everybody how the rental business is and to show what's actually happened here. So this all been cut with a knife, may have been a crowbar. You can see the door here, physically damaged. Holes in the walls, more holes in the walls. Stove all screwed up. Obviously this wasn't like this. So okay, let's check out the basement. So a lot of times when you're evicting a tenant, they tend to leave a lot of junk. They usually don't bring all their stuff. That looks like the vent pipe needs to be hooked back up. Damaged ceiling tiles. So they probably took a washer and dryer, that's why all this water's here. And we're going to check the upstairs out. So here's the flooring's ripped up. I understand it's laminate. It's all ripped up. So fixture's broken. All this laminate floor is all ripped up. You know, all scratched up. Not really sure from what. Garbage just everywhere, looks like. Scratched up, ripped up walls once again. Ooh. So, broken fixtures. I'm not really sure if these people live too much better than this. Sorry to have to say that, but you can see like food and pizza. I think a lot of this damage. So you can see from the outside, the landlord, you know, tried to take care of it. I understand there's some paint peel, but he said he actually did recently remodel this unit, and these tenants were just terrible. Couldn't evict them because of the COVID regulations, and when he finally could, well, this is what happened. The whole place is destroyed. So, and we'll go over what to do.
Well, as you can see, we had a bad tenant here. Bad tenants don't tend to take care of properties, and that's why I usually recommend to property owners, don't rent to anybody with dogs, large dogs especially. Everybody has the nicest pit bull, and I hate to be the naysayer, but you're taking a gamble. So what can you do basically to protect yourself against somebody like this that has destroyed your property? We're going to go over other videos about that, and I'll have some information here. So your rights as a property owner. First of all, if you had a legal eviction, during that legal eviction, now it's a week or 2 weeks after that, they moved. If you had a constable there, make sure you get the name and number of the constable that is attending the property. Make sure they do a walkthrough with you. And also do something like I did for this client. Take a video so you have proof. Then what you need to do is, if you had a legal eviction, you can go back to the court and file an appeal for additional damages. So you have a video, you can take photos, and you can file that. You're also going to call the police and file a formal police report. The reason why you want to do that is because you need it on record that you did timely call the police and show proof that somebody was there. They also should be filing charges against the tenant because they're damaging a property. This is vandalism. I don't know what else they would get them for. You know, I'm not here to debate that. Some might put more charges, some might put less, but obviously physical destruction of a property is a criminal act. Doesn't matter if they were living there or not. Second, if you filed, third, you can call your insurance company. Now, when you call your insurance company, if you did the first steps, this makes it better for you because you'll have on record your eviction, you'll have on record a police report, you'll have a third-party witness, which is the constable also, and then you'll have your video and other information. Your insurance company should reimburse you for damage and vandalism. You're going to want to avoid bad tenants in the future because if you keep filing claims, it's going to go against your insurance and they may also drop you. And your rates would be higher. So if it's minor damage, you may not want to call your insurance company. But if it's a scenario like you just saw and you've got thousands, maybe $10,000 plus a damage because a bad tenant, they weren't paying for a long time, you know, it's something you should probably file a claim for. Because we all know as property owners, there's a very good chance if a tenant is like this, even though you file in court, get appeal, win the appeal, now they have to pay for the damages, you're probably not going to collect the money from them because they usually aren't the type of people who are going to pay. So as of today, the eviction moratorium ends March 31st, 2021. Biden is expected to pass a $1.5 billion stimulus, and they're probably going to extend the eviction moratorium also. For commercial real estate, there's a very good chance that they're going to start incorporating the same eviction moratoriums to commercial real estate. Approximately 10 to 15% of small businesses have closed. Not even small businesses, just businesses because of the way the economy is. The stimulus for these businesses are not allowing them to stay afloat, and they're worried about commercial real estate having a similar effect that residential has. So what you can do to protect yourself is there are actually state and local programs and federal programs. So if you have tenants that aren't paying, truly cannot pay, if you look up state programs and federal programs, I'm going to have a link in the description. One is going to be for the Philadelphia area where people can get their rental assistance paid. So of course, if your tenant files legally, you will have to fill out some forms. They'll get the funds, or the funds would be directed towards you. That can be for back rent and current rent. So that can help. Of course, I'm on the side of both, don't get me wrong, but these programs are for the tenants, but they give the funds to the property owners. There may be commercial programs available soon, so you'll want to subscribe if you are looking for those, because I'm going to update those as soon as possible on this channel. And basically, my name's Pete. This is Pete with Philly Commercial CRE. This is my first video. Sorry about that. I'm trying to rush through everything because I sell real estate and I'm busy. But thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button. Comment if you have any questions. Let me see what I can do to help you out. And if you want help buying or selling commercial multi-unit properties, give me a call. 610-209-9219. It's Pete at 610-209-9219. Have a great day.